When it's hot out and those bass are feeling sluggish, there is one particular trick that always seems to get a lot of big bites. And it's something that pro anglers hate to do, but they've cashed a lot of big checks on it. What is it? Well, stick around. We're going to talk all about it. Got him. He chased it. He chased it. Oh, I saw him chasing it for a minute. Welcome back to Lowbrow Fishing. And today, we're out here at my secret honey hole. This place has never been on the channel before. And it's a small little lake out in the middle of nowhere. And on those hot summer days, there is a particular technique that I have to use, whether it's here or whether it's the big lake or any of the other lakes that I fish. There's just one trick that catches so many fish. And the thing about it is pro anglers hate using this trick, but it catches big fish and it cashes checks. So a lot of times even they have to resort to doing this. What am I talking about? Well, we're going to get into that. But before we get started, if you like what I do here, click that subscribe button down below. And while you're down there, give this video a like. I would really appreciate it. So what's this crazy trick? What is this outlandish thing that all these pro anglers absolutely hate doing? Well, when I tell you, you're just going to roll your eyes at me and say, Lowbrow, come on, man. But seriously, I'm absolutely serious. As a matter of fact, check this out. So what's this super special trick that I'm talking about? The one that pro anglers hate to do, yet they've caught so many fish and cashed so many checks doing this particular thing. And it's so simple. It works with a worm. I've got a Waco rig tied here. You can do it with a wacky rig. You can do it with a Texas rig. You can do it with a weighted Texas rig. It doesn't matter if you have a worm. You can have a crawl, a creature bait. You can use it with topwater, jerk baits. As a matter of fact, topwaters and jerk baits, it's an integral part of how you work them. And if you haven't guessed what it is, it's just this. You cast that lure out there, let it hit, and you let it soak. You just let it sit out there. That's all you have to do. And think about it. We all know whenever we pick out a backlash, how many times have you done that and there been a fish at the other end? You know, whether you're fishing a Texas rig, a NACO rig, a fluke, or whatever, you let that thing soak, especially in the heat of the summer. See, that's one of the things that I've been trying to instill upon the people who watch my channel. I try to talk to you about different ways of doing things, and I'm leaving it sit. I'm leaving it sit for a long time, and it gets huge bites. And it's crazy because a lot of times we'll get those bites after we pick out a backlash, and what do? We go right back to fishing how we were fishing before. We don't listen to what those bass are saying. And I know it's infuriating. Lowbrow, it can't be that simple, but yet you already know that it is. You know, a few years ago, MLF angler Mark Fisher was doing good in a tournament by doing exactly this. Nobody else was catching fish. Now, he wasn't making very many casts. And pro anglers talk about they got to make the casts. They got to make 1,000, 1,500 casts a day because the most they can do, the more casts they can make, the more money they can make. But if the bass aren't having it, they aren't having it, you know? And that's just it. Nice and easy. Just let it soak, you know? Check it every once in a while and just see what's going on. But then you just let it soak. And I'm telling you, on those hot days, especially when you're fishing the bank, right? And this here, this is my secret little honey hole. I've never shown this to you guys before. You guys have never seen me fish this particular place. It's a little pond out in the middle of nowhere. And I do bank fish here. I mean, obviously, you're not getting a boat into this place. And this is how you have to do it. Sit here and dead stick. Catches so many fish, especially when those bass are hot, especially when those bass are lethargic. And it works with any presentation you can think of. We're going to make a few casts right here along this. We're going to film like old Retro Bassin does. We're just going to use this camera instead of the GoPro today. And I'm just making casts, and I'm just not getting in any hurry. That's all I'm doing. I'm letting it soak. I've been out here for a little while. I've caught a few fish, and this is exactly what I'm doing. And it occurred to me, that not a lot of guys are doing this. They want to fish fast. I'm just going nice and slow, nice and steady, not getting in any hurry. Because a lot of times the bass just aren't feeling it. They just don't want to chase baits. They just don't want to go fast. You know? So you have to fish how the bass want to be fished. And you can try different spots, just like you would anything else. Cast it out there, you know. And I'm just going to let it soak. That's all I'm doing. I'm just going to let it soak. I just want to make sure that that bait is soaking for a good long time. This is shallow through here. This isn't but a few feet deep. Move it just a little bit. See if I can't get them to be interested in it. And then just let it soak. And I've caught so many fish doing that. And you guys know, the pros hate doing this. This is what the pros hate to do. But it works so well. It catches so many fish. It doesn't matter if you're working from the bank. It doesn't matter if you're working from a boat. This is exactly the type of fishing you want to be doing in the summertime, especially the hotter it gets. And you can see how calm it is out here. And I can use this with any technique. You guys have seen me do it with top water. And I've had very good success doing it, catching big fish, not fishing a topwater fast, but giving it starts and stops and letting it pause for a while. And that's when I always get blown up on. There's something there. What do we got there? There we go. I got him. Oh, and he spit it. Ah, he spit it. But there you go. There's your proof of concept right there. He spit it, but he had it. I got the bottom of... Oh no, I got a big fish. I was wondering what the heck. He ran, I wasn't even paying attention. I was looking at the... Told you. Look at that, he swallowed it. Oh, I hope I can get that out. Oh yeah, I can get that. I can get that. Saved your life. All right. There we go. All right. Pound and a quarter. Another little one on the Waco rig. There he goes. So it really is just that simple. Go slow. Dead stick your bait. Doesn't matter if it's a worm. Sure, you can do it with a Waco rig, a Wacky rig, a weightless Texas rig, a NACO rig, a weighted Texas rig, or whatever. But you can also do it with a creature bait. You can do it with a Mojo rig. You can do it with a Carolina rig. You can do it with a jerk bait. As a matter of fact, one of the big things about fishing a jerk bait is pausing it, right? Jerk, jerk, pause. In the wintertime, we are told to pause that bait for 10, 15 seconds or more. That also holds true during the summertime. Sure, you can find some instances where those bass are fired up and ready to feed. I did that just the other day with a square bill. But there's also going to be long stretches where those bass are lethargic and they're hot and they're suspended and they just want to sit there. Anybody who fishes with a drop shot can tell you, don't move it. Leave it sit there. Something like a shaky hit is something else that's very similar. The less action you give it, the more chance that you have of getting a bite, especially when that water's warm. And you guys have seen me do it time and time again. I'll cast my bait out there. I'll set the rod down. I'll have to do something else, whether I'm messing with the little motor or I'm messing with the trolling motor or fixing some line or whatever. And then I go to pick my rod up again and boom, there's a fish on the end of it. Now, if I hadn't let that line sit, I probably wouldn't have that fish. And I've caught some really nice fish recently just doing that. So give it a try. It might seem unfun and counterproductive, but just because you're fishing slow doesn't mean you're not covering water. Remember that. You're doing it at a slower pace, but make your casts, make a couple of casts in an area, and then move on. Doesn't matter if you're walking the bank like I am today or whether you're fishing from a boat. You're doing the same thing, but much slower. And that slow speed is the key to everything. Because a lot of times those bass will come to investigate it, and they're looking at it, and you've got 2 or 3, or who knows what else, crappie, bluegill, they're all staring at your bait as it's laying there on the bottom or on top of vegetation or a rock pile or whatever. And then you twitch it, boom, they scatter. And if you'd have just left it there just a few more seconds, one of them might have picked up and run with it. So think about it. Give those bass a chance to want to take your bait. And sometimes that means going very, very slow. Doesn't mean you can't get reaction strikes, but during the summertime, it's easier just to dead stick. Try it out. I'm telling you, you're going to catch way more fish. So there you have it. A simple and effective way to get more bites and catch more fish during the summer. It's slow, it may not be fun, but if you like catching fish, eventually it's something you're going to have to come back to. Give it a try. I'm telling you, you're definitely going to like the results. Thanks for watching Lowbrow Fishing. We'll catch you in the next one.